What is happening, everybody? Ruckscards back here with a little bit of a different video. What I'm going to do is kind of show you what I'm sending out to get graded. I've got a couple SGC orders that I'm going to be sending out, submissions I should say, and one PSA. And the PSA one, I don't know how soon I'll be sending it in. Probably I might wait till I have a few more before I send it in, so probably that one may not be imminent, but I'll show you what I'm sending out anyway. The two SGC orders are going out this week. They will be going in tomorrow. So figured I'd just kind of show you what my thought process is behind sending these in. Of course, just to let you know, I've already, before I always put them in one of these Saber 1 holders. I always make sure that I inspect them close under my magnifying glass and a bright light. There's my magnifying glass, bright light, and obviously if there's anything that I can see on the card, I use one of these nice microfiber to see if it is either a permanent marking on it or something that could come off, like a fingerprint or something along those lines. So I'm going to start with my PSA order, and then I'll show you what I'm sending to SGC. So interestingly enough, with this one here, I was going through. I actually found like an older like single box of cards, and I was looking through some of them. I'm like, wow, I haven't looked at this in a while. And sure enough, I pulled out an international Bowman. I believe it's 2008. I think it was 1998. Bowman David Ortiz International rookie that's in really, really good shape. I mean, the toughest thing about this year, of course, is the brown borders at the bottom. I'm sorry, the black borders at the bottom. And especially the age of this card now. It's almost 25 years old. Well, let's see, not that quite old. What is it, 17 or 16 years old, somewhere around there? Yeah, 17 years. So, yeah, I mean, it's in really good shape. The corners look good. Centering looks really good. So I'm like, you know what? Send it in to PSA and see what we get on it. To me, it's a gradable card. Upon inspection, didn't have any scratches or any surface issues that I could make out. So that one's going in. Another one I'm sending to PSA here is a Peyton Manning Topps Gold Label rookie. And, this one I picked up at a trade show. Looked it over. I'm not sure if it'll 10, but I think it's got a shot at it. I didn't see enough issues to not submit it. So that one's going in. This one here I know is not going to 10. But I just figured, it's one of the few Jordan cards I have. I don't do much basketball at all. But this one, to me, I just want to get in a slab. I'm trying to figure out if to send this to PSA or SGC, because it's one of those cards where I think would look better in an SGC, just the type of look of the card. But I don't know. Right now it's in the PSA stack, and I'll make that determination here shortly. The reason why I know it's not going to 10 is the only issue on the card is the upper left corner. It's got a hint of a, it's definitely got a white corner up there. So that's how. Otherwise, the card's in really good shape. So I know it's not going to 10. Hoping to get just a 9 on it. It'd be cool. Hopefully don't penalize me too much for that. It could certainly come back an 8, but we'll see. I just want to get it slab. This one here is one of a card that I picked up last year. It was one of the targeted Julio Rodriguez cards that I wanted. This is the Topps autograph. Not many of these, is pretty rare. And I spent a lot on this card, probably close to $500. It might have been over 5, something around there. I would say between $450 and $500 I spent on this card. So I got a good chunk of investment in it. Now I know a lot of people are saying, oh, he's having a down year, and the guy still has 20 stolen bases. He's already got close to 20 homers, and he's hitting like 260 or something. So I mean, if that's a bad year, this guy's in good shape. And he had a slow start last season as well, and really took off in the second half. So if he does that again, he'll be right where he's always been. He's still one of the young, brightest stars in the league, no question about it. So nice Julio here, really centered. This was an eBay purchase, and to me this card is like perfectly centered. It looks like a 10 to me. I'll be disappointed if this doesn't 10. As you can see, it went through the eBay authentication. I really hope this one tens, and we'll see what happens. This card I pulled back in 2010, 2011, whenever it was. It's a Bryce Harper autograph. I probably opened like 10 boxes before I finally got his autograph. I opened up a ton of wax trying to get his auto back in the day, and finally got one. So this one's going into PSA, and I think it has a shot at a 10. They would have to be, I'm leaning on the fact that PSA gives 10s out to off-centered, ones that are slightly off. I've even seen ones that are way off-center, and PSA gives them 10, but they don't seem to be doing that. They seem to tighten things up finally over there, which has been one of my biggest criticisms of PSA, is how lenient they are on off-centered cards, giving 10s, which I would never do if I was a grader. This one is slightly off-center, right to left, and maybe a little bottom to top. And it's slightly off-center, but it might be enough to get a 10 for PSA. We'll see. But I wouldn't be surprised if it came back a 9. That's really what I think it should be. But I think it has an outside shot at a 10. Otherwise, other than the centering, this card was pack pulled, and it's been protected, uncirculated ever since. This one here is another one that's just out of curiosity. I want to see how this one grades. I know it's not a 10, as centered as this card is. I know this card gets a lot of scrutiny when it goes to PSA or any of the grading companies because of being the 89 upper deck Griffey. So the card, you'll never be able to tell that this card has any issues with it by looking at it at different angles and nothing. You have to look at it closely under light, and you'll see that there's multiple surface issues, like lines going down across his hat mainly. Can't pick it up really from the naked eye, but I do know this is no way going to 10, probably not even going to 9. I'll probably be happy with a 7 or 8 in this card, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, it's more out of curiosity why I'm sending it in. This one here I got pre-graded at Beckett when I went to the Cleveland National several years ago. Never got a slab because I got there late on a Sunday afternoon, and Beckett said they could only grade it and they wouldn't have time to slab it. So of course they still charged me the full rate, so that sucked. And I don't know why they always penalize you on thicker cards, because this card was pack pulled. I pulled this one myself, and it's a thicker card, and they always seem to penalize thick cards for some reason. I don't know if somebody can explain that to me as why that happens, but I mean, a lot of issues with this card are in the bottom. There's a little bit of whiting perhaps there. Again, I'm not expecting a 10 on this, but to me, I thought 7.5 was a little rough, and they gave the 9. Even the auto, they gave a 9. I don't know why they would give the auto a 9. It's an on card. It's thick all the way across. Any of you that are familiar with Peterson's autograph will note that that's that's how his signature is. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe because it runs into the purple there slightly. That's why they're penalizing it down to a 9, but I don't know. Anyway, it's going to PSA. We'll have them take a look at it and see. Same thing with this one here, Calvin Johnson. I also pulled this card, so it's been uncirculated, protected ever since I pulled it. It did give a 10 on this autograph and an 8.5 on the card. Again, you look at the issue, if there's any issues. I mean, the bottom, maybe there's a little white right there, very touch of white, but otherwise looks good. Again, thicker card, so I think they just automatically drop it at least a number down. But anyway, we'll see what PSA has to say about that one. Here's one of my 2 SP Derek Jeter rookies. I don't expect either one of these to 10. They're in really good shape, other than some very slight whitening. Very, very, very slight whitening. This one's got a little bit more than the other one. When I say slight, you can see it, but that's the only flaw with this Jeter. Otherwise, the surface is mint. The bottom left corner, which is always typically an issue because of the blue, is sharp and no whiting. Same thing with the back corners. 100%. Everything's good on it. So that's really the only issue. But I know this is another card that's heavily scrutinized. So we'll see what PSA is going to say about it. Here's my 9. So this one, I think, has an outside. I don't think it'll 10. It's got a shot, though. It really does have a shot at a 10. I doubt it'll get it. Don't have my hopes up to get a 10 on that, but really just want to get it into a PSA versus a Beckett. Well, this one's not even slab, so I wouldn't mind if it was in a Beckett slab, honestly, but I'd rather, if I'm going to resubmit it in to get it slabbed, might as well go with PSA is my thought process here. So we'll see what the Jeter comes back at. And then the last one I'm sending in is my Tom Brady Upper Deck. This one did gem. As you know, Beckett gems are 9.5 grades, so I expect this one to PSA 10. And so we'll be sending this one in, Tom Brady Upper Deck Rookie. All right, so that's the PSA submission that'll be forthcoming. Like I said, I'm not sure when exactly I'll get that one in. It won't be this week like the two SGCs. But here's what I'm doing with the SGC. A lot of you are probably like, why don't you send this one to PSA? Well, because this is one of the cards that, let me just take the little label out that I put in here so you can get a better look at it. I put this in here to notify SGC that I just want them to grade the card, not the auto. Mainly because there's two autos on this card, and I'd really just want the graded the graded card. Don't really care about what the auto is. But so that was my little note to SGC, letting them know that. Anyway, just so you know, this is a 2005 Upper Deck Reflections. Excuse me. Aaron Rodgers rookie out of only 70 copies. So this one I picked up in a big trade that I did at a show several months ago now. I probably had this card close to about 6 or 7 months now. I got it priced high, and I'm a dealer, so I got it priced pretty high. I mean, I was willing to let it go raw for a certain figure, knowing that I was going to get it graded. So, you know, I was willing to let it go for a certain price. Anyway, it's got Arrington, who was basically a bust, picked by the Cardinals on it. So unfortunately there's nobody of really value with his auto. It's all Aaron Rodgers carrying this card, but it is his rookie. And it is obviously his autograph, numbered only to 70, so it's super rare. And I'm going to send this in. I just feel this one looks better. The reason, my criteria for sending stuff to SGC or PSA is, and I might have mentioned this on my channel before, so don't mean to repeat myself, but I feel that anything with like a refractor look to it, especially, like sapphires too, things of that nature, just look better. In my opinion, it's all, you know, it's all just my opinion, but I just feel that the Tux just brings out refractors and cards like this. It just gives it better eye appeal. So it's my choice. I know that I could, if this graded higher in PSA or graded at PSA versus SGC, you know, the whole, well, the market value be higher in a PSA. I don't necessarily care about that, honestly. I really don't. To me, eye appeal means more to that in most cases. So I'm sending this one to SGC, and we'll have them graded. The card to me is in mint condition. There's no issues with it, and we'll see how it does. So I got a football stack, and I got a kind of a miscellaneous stack. So here's the football stack. This one here I just picked up recently. Probably I overpaid for it. It was an eBay purchase, and I can get this card for like $15, $20 now. I paid like almost 30 for it with the fees and everything included. So I'm already high in it anyway. So I figured let's go get it graded and you know, see how we do that way. So I'm sending it to SGC. And right now they got a $15 football special going on, so figured I gobbled up some of my football cards that I figured I'd send in. And so this is a Kayvon Thibodeau autograph Contenders rookie. That's an eBay purchase, like I said, and the card looked really sharp. So this is my boy Jalen Hurts. I've got as an Eagle fan, I got quite a few Hurts cards, and there's some of them I'm like, yeah, I was kind of looking around to see what I could send in with this football order, again, to SGC versus PSA. And again, this is the type of card that I just feel look better in a Tux than a PSA slab. So sending this one in to SGC. Same idea behind this one. This is a LaShawn McCoy certified potential, certified rookie of LaShawn McCoy, numbered only to 10. So super rare, 3 of 10 cards. I've had this card for a long time. So it's just, again, one that I pulled out. This guy has a shot at a Hall of Fame. You know, you look at his all-purpose yards, He's right there. I don't know. He's not a shoe-in by any stretch, but you look at his numbers, and you know, he was arguably the best back in the league for a few years, a couple of years at least. I know he played at the same time as Peterson, but Peterson had some injuries, and you know, if you look at his numbers, LaShawn McCoy is definitely can make a strong case for the Hall of Fame. So we'll see. But anyway, as an Eagle fan, I'm sending it in. Getting back to Hurts, this was an eBay pickup or a trade, I forget, but card looked really good, centered. It's the silver select. You know, figured I'd send it in. It's another card with the silver refraction. To me, would look better in an SGC and a Tux. So we'll see how that does. Here's a beautiful card. I got two of these. One was graded by HGA that I picked up at a show, and I already had one raw, so I kind of like had a mistake buy, so to speak, because I couldn't remember if I had that card, but I did, and this is the card that I already had. So I have an HGA that's 9.5 graded, and I figured I'm going to send this one into SGC. Again, same reasons. This card would look so much better in a Tux than it would in a PSA card, a PSA slab rather. So Brian Dawkins, flashback autograph, numbered only to 25. It's funny, I have two of these 25 now. I mean, I own two of the 25. So just a sharp looking card. The only thing I don't like about it, of course, is that it's a sticker autograph, but it's one of those cards that looks so good. They do such a good job with the sticker that you can't even tell. You know, you look at it right here, you can't even tell it's a sticker. You know, you got to kind of look it up close to even tell that it's actually a sticker. So still, I mean, I got plenty of autographs by Dawkins that are on card. This card just looked too good to pass up twice because I bought it. Anyway, next up is sticking with the Eagles. Here's the Devontae Smith green Spectra. This is a rookie card out of only 35. It's actually number 1 of 35. If this camera would focus, you guys can see that. Come on. Well, anyway, it's 1 of 35. And you know, again, in a black tux, this card will look just sharp, IFPO wise. So sending it in there. Here's a Jamar Chase mosaic. Same idea with the silver refraction and against the black. And then I'm sending in the only Precious Gems metal card that I own. I was a big Garrison Hurst fan back in the day. If anybody out there is sort of a newbie to football and has never heard of Garrison Hurst, he was a very, very good running back. Had his best years with the 49ers. Was drafted by the Cardinals. Played at Georgia. Huge star at Georgia. Came into the NFL and had a really serious knee injury that basically knocked him out of football for almost 2 years. And then he had a resurgent career in San Francisco where he had, you know, a few thousand-yard rushing seasons. Anyway, it's my only Precious Gems that I own, and again, just to me that this card would look better in a Tux, so I'm sending it to SGC. And the same idea with this one. This is a Cooper Kupp Dunruss Elite Series rookie, and we'll see what SGC thinks about this one. All right, so that's the football submission. Last and least, this one is kind of like a question mark now. I'm not sure if I'm going to send this in or not with this order. But I was kind of going through. I'm a huge Yzerman fan. I got a really extensive Steve Yzerman collection, so I was kind of going through some of my Yzerman single inserts, and I'm like, you know what? This might be one I send in to SGC. Again, I think it'll look good in the Tux. It's a pretty rare insert back in the 90s of Yzerman. This is like a 97. We'll see. I haven't decided on this one yet. The rest of them, as you can see, are prepped and ready to go. Like this one, for example. Again, this is the SGC deal here. I know I could send this to PSA, get a better value, but to me, this card would look so much nicer in a Tux. I'm sorry for repeating myself about that, but I feel like I need to say it because I know people out there are probably screaming, "Send that one to PSA instead." Not going to do it. Going to SGC. This type of atomic refractor is just going to look much sharper in an SGC slab. This is Corbin Carroll, the outstanding rookie for the Diamondbacks. So another card that I've had sitting in a bin for a while, and You know, I was going through them. I'm like, yep, let's send this one in. This one here, not a big value on this card. This is out of the new Top Stadium Club. This card looks sharp. Team of the future. It's got the rookie insignia. Again, Julio Rodriguez. Just a cool, sharp-looking card. You see a couple of them in here that are not big-time value that I'm sending in anyway. And it's really just, for me, is going into my PC, really. I mean, not to say that I wouldn't sell them at some point, but again, I just feel this card will look just so much better with the type of refraction and just the really attractiveness of this card in an SGC. So there it goes. All right, here we got some Ellie's coming up. These are out of Bowman 2023, I think. Yes, this year's Bowman. So here's an Ellie De La Cruz, sights on September. Gonna send this in again. I just feel the refraction SGC. Same with this one. This is his Topps 100 De La Cruz. These all look like 10s to me, so you know, hopefully SGC agrees. Here's this prospect card again. This is all out of 2023 Bowman. There's De La Cruz prospect. So sending that one in. Here is an Adley Rushman, Dunris rated rookie autograph, numbered only to 99. Card looks gem to me, centered well. So a lot of these I expect a 10. I don't know if there's any of them. Let me just go through them right now that I don't expect a 10. I've got high expectations in all these ones so far that I've shown you. Here's another one. Not big value on this. I think this is probably only like a $5 card, something around there. But this is out of the Topps Chrome. I love what they did this year with these diamond. What do they call them? Diamond greats. Just beautiful looking cards. And Lou Gehrig is my favorite baseball player of all time. And even though this card has really got minimal value because they made a ton of them, this card I'm just wanting an SGC slab. SGC lab, not SGC slab, and it'll be in my PC. So it's really just a cosmetic deal for me sending this one in. Here's an LA De La Cruz. I've got 2 of these right now in PSA being graded, so I'm anxious to get those back. Sending this one to SGC only because I've sent 3 to PSA. One of them did 10, so I have that one. And then I have 2 others that are there right now. And then so I figured, you know, my PSA order is not really quite ready to go. Although, yeah, now I'm sending this one to SGC. Again, because I don't have one in a tux. And I do think this is a shot at 10. And I just want to have one of these, as I already have potentially 3 in a PSA, to have one of these in an SGC. So this one's going to SGC, and I think it's got a good shot at a 10. So we'll see how that does. This card I've had for a while. This is a second-year Guerrero Junior, numbered only to 75, and why sometimes it focuses, sometimes it doesn't. So why am I sending this one in? This is a thicker card, by the way, so probably won't 10 just because of that, which is stupid, but it is the way it is. Again, this one I bought because I thought the card looked wicked cool, or I got it in trade. I can't remember. I think it was either trade or I purchased it. Either way, this is a card that'll just look so much better in an SGC. So that's why it's going in that way. Here's a Ellie De La Cruz out of Bowman's Best. This one here I really contemplated sending to PSA, but again, I just feel that this one would look better in SGC. So again, a lot of it's eye appeal for me, and these refractor type cards, that's my default. Same idea behind this one. This is a gold Anakin Skywalker out of Star Wars, numbered only to 50. If it would ever focus. There it is. Anyway, so with that one, that's what we're doing there. We're going to send that one into. I have a Ray Gold that I've shown on this channel, and the past and go back some videos and you'll see that. I did get a SGC Gold 10 of Ray, same exact card. So we'll see how the Anakin does. And another pop culture, we got Hulk Hogan. That's what I got off eBay probably earlier this year or late last year. I've had it for several months now. Again, perfect type card for an SGC slab with the refraction and all that kind of thing going on. So that's where it's going. See how that one does. And then here's a Greg Maddux autograph, rated rookie. This is a reprint or remake or whatever you want to call it, out of Optic. So, well, this one just will look sweet in a tux as well. So we'll see how that one does. I talked about the sapphires and why I prefer the SGC tux for those. Is a Volpe sapphire. It's not his first, but it's still a prospect of Volpe. Here's a Jeff Bagwell. This card I pulled when I was going after the Otani and Acuna out of High Tech. I don't think I got either one of them, actually. It's funny. I didn't get anything, but I got a decent autograph out of the box. But these boxes were freaking all expensive because Otani and Acuna are in there. Like I said, I didn't get either one, but I did get a Bagwell autograph in there. And so sending this one in. It's at a number only to 75. Going back to Yzerman, this is another one when I was going through, trying to just see if there was any Yzermans I'd kind of want to send in. This is one of the really cool die cut cards that I've had of Steve in my personal collection for probably over 25 years. And, I was like, you know what, it's time to get this thing slabbed at SGC. So this Steve Yzerman Stanley Cup Heroes is going in this order. Here's Otani, got a couple of these Future Stars. Not his rookie, this is his 2019 card, but I've sent a ton of the, I probably got 5 or 6 graded of the Freshman Flash autos, or not autos, but the Freshman Flash from 2018, his rookie year. I got a bunch of those graded. So now I figured I'll try to get some of the Future Stars as well. So here's one that looked really good for me, good enough to send in, and we'll see how it does. I do have a couple of these, at least one of these, I think 2 of these right now at PSA also. So I did send a couple of PSA, and I'm sending this one to SGC. So here is a Logan Gilbert autograph rookie refractor, numbered only to 499. And card looks mint to me. I pulled this card, and I figured let's send it in and see how it does. Star pitcher for the Seattle Mariners. Oh, and here's another one. I guess I probably should have both these together. So I'm sending 2 of them. I might have only sent 1 to PSA. I can't remember. I thought I might have sent 2 to PSA. I think I got 2 in PSA, and I'm sending 2 to SGC. So here's another of the Otani Future Stars. And that is it. So I will have, the SGC will be back, within a couple weeks or so. So stay tuned to see the results of that one. And the PSA, once I do submit that one, as you know, that could be 3, 4, 5 months from now. I have no idea when that will come back. But anyway, appreciate you watching. And please comment, like, and subscribe, most importantly, so you don't miss any future content. Really appreciate you watching. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.